In this story, a deadly virus spreads across the world, turning humans into terrifying zombies. These are not ordinary zombies, but extremely fast ones that can chase down even an airplane. Some are intelligent enough to think strategically, while others can track their targets from kilometers away using their sense of smell. In this dangerous world, only 2 humans are left alive. Will they survive or not? At the beginning of the story, we see a boy sitting in his room, watching cartoons on TV. Suddenly, the TV signal cuts out, and an emergency broadcast appears on the screen. This news instantly wipes the smile off the boy's face. The report says that a deadly virus has spread worldwide, turning infected people into horrific zombies within minutes. The virus spreads rapidly, putting the entire world in danger. The broadcast urges everyone to immediately find a safe place. While the boy is watching this, he suddenly hears a strange noise coming from the upper room. Hearing the sound, he becomes tense. When he slowly goes upstairs, he realizes it was just a prank by his elder sister. After that, both children go to their mother's room. They see that their mother is extremely worried. She calls her husband and informs him about the situation. Her husband, who is a pilot, tells his family that the virus is spreading everywhere very quickly. He tells them not to wait for him and to leave the city immediately. He reassures his children and tells them not to be scared, saying their mother will take them somewhere safe. He shows them the lucky bracelet he is wearing, which was made by his daughter Abigail. Seeing this, Abigail feels happy. Meanwhile, their mother hurriedly gathers essential items. Soon they start hearing people screaming outside. Without wasting time, she takes both children and rushes out of the house. As soon as they get into the car, a zombie suddenly attacks their mother. Terrified, Abigail quickly hides under the car. From there, she helplessly watches her younger brother and mother being attacked by zombies right in front of her. The zombie does not notice Abigail and eventually leaves. The little girl trembles in fear as she realizes that her mother has also turned into a zombie. Her mother, now infected, starts moving toward her. Before she can harm her, a man appears like a savior and kills Abigail's mother, saving her life. After a while, the man notices that Abigail's younger brother is also turning into a zombie. He tells Abigail to cover her ears. Then, with a heavy heart, he shoots her younger brother to stop him. 10 years later, the scene shows a world completely destroyed by the zombie virus. Cities that once shined with lights now stand empty and silent. Most humans are either dead or wandering aimlessly, and only a few survivors remain. The little girl, Abigail, who was once saved, has now grown up. Since that day, she has been raised by Uncle Jack. Jack trained her to fight zombies and survive in this dangerous world. If he had not come into her life, Abigail would not have survived. Because of this, she sees Jack as her father. After living in the forest for so many years, Abigail feels deeply lonely. Her biggest wish is to find a human settlement where she can live with others. However, Jack avoids people and prefers to stay away from human groups. One night, while they are sleeping in the forest, a strange sound wakes Jack up. He slowly steps out of the camp to check the surroundings. Suddenly, a zombie attacks him. Jack quickly reacts and kills it with precise gunfire. Abigail also rushes to his side. After surviving for 10 years, both of them have become highly skilled in fighting zombies. They know that zombies often move in groups. Realizing the danger, Jack understands that more zombies may be nearby. He immediately prepares to leave the area and they both get on their horses. As they travel, their horses begin to panic. Jack senses that danger is very close. While scanning the area, they spot a jeep surrounded by zombies. Inside, a man is struggling to protect himself. Since human survivors are extremely rare, Jack decides to test Abigail's skills. He tells her to save the man and prove her training. Jack instructs her to stay calm, aim carefully, and then shoot. However, Abigail panics and fires too quickly. Her bullet hits both the zombie and the man. Seeing this, Jack becomes furious. They approach the injured man and realize he cannot be saved. Jack decides to end his life to prevent him from turning into a zombie and becoming a threat. After that, they begin collecting useful supplies from the man's vehicle. Jack even takes the man's shoes and wears them. Suddenly, the man's companions arrive at the scene. They surround Jack and Abigail with weapons. When one of them notices the shoes on Jack's feet, he suspects that Jack killed his partner to steal supplies. The group prepares to attack them. At that moment, a pregnant woman steps out and orders them to stop. She tells her companions to let Jack and Abigail go. Just then, the horses become restless again, warning of danger. Within seconds, loud noises echo through the forest. A massive horde of zombies rushes in from all directions like a storm. They move so fast that no one gets a chance to escape. They quickly take out their weapons and begin fighting for survival. Although everyone is armed, the number of zombies is overwhelming. One by one, many people in the group get bitten. There is nowhere left to hide, and soon only a few survivors remain. A strong man is unfortunately bitten by a zombie. He tries to shoot himself, but his gun runs out of bullets. Realizing he cannot fight anymore, he makes a final decision. He helps the pregnant woman get into the car. The pregnant woman's husband is already inside the car. Jack quickly starts the vehicle and drives away from the chaos. Now, only 4 people are left alive from the entire group. Everyone else has fallen victim to the zombies. A terrifying black-faced zombie becomes enraged after seeing the others destroyed. Meanwhile, the 4 survivors continue their journey in the car, grateful to be alive. On the way, Jack asks the woman sitting in the back who they are and what they were doing there. She explains that they were trying to reach a place called Shiptown. It is said to be a safe settlement where humans still live peacefully. The place has all the necessary facilities, and they hope to start a normal life there. Hearing this, Abigail feels excited. This is exactly the kind of place she has always dreamed of. However, Jack does not believe in such a place. He says he has been wandering for 10 years and has never seen any safe colony like that. Suddenly, their car breaks down in the middle of the road. The pregnant woman's husband, David, steps out to check it. He tells them he is a mechanic and can fix the car. However, due to a lack of tools, he is unable to repair it. With no other option, they leave the car behind and continue on foot. After walking for several kilometers, they reach an abandoned residential area. Tall buildings still stand, but the place is filled with eerie silence. They carefully inspect the area to make sure it is safe. When they find no immediate danger, they decide to stay there for the night. At night, they light a fire and cook food. Abigail is very eager to reach Shiptown. She starts talking to the pregnant woman about it. The woman explains that they had contacted people from Shiptown through a radio. She describes it as a beautiful and safe place where they can live freely. Hearing this, Abigail's eyes light up with hope. Meanwhile, Jack sets traps outside to detect any danger during the night. Later, Jack comes inside and takes out a map. He explains his plan to everyone. He says he will take Megan and David part of the way, and then they will split and go in different directions. Abigail is not happy with this decision. She argues with Jack, saying that David will not be able to safely take his pregnant wife alone. She insists that they should stay together. Jack replies that they must think wisely. He says that more people mean more risk. This frustrates Abigail, and she becomes upset with him. However, neither of them realizes that the black-faced zombie has followed their trail. Using its sharp sense of smell, it has tracked them all the way to their location. The next morning, Abigail sits on the terrace looking at her childhood photo. Suddenly, she hears a rustling sound coming from the trees. She immediately realizes that a zombie is nearby. She runs downstairs to warn everyone. On the way, a zombie starts chasing her. To protect herself, Abigail runs toward the stairs and climbs up quickly. While chasing her, the zombie loses its balance and falls. However, Abigail also slips and is about to fall. At that moment, Jack arrives just in time and saves her. After a while, the black-faced zombie arrives with its group. It has tracked them down because it knows where its companion died. However, it gets caught in the trap that Jack had set earlier. Many zombies are killed in that trap. Hearing the blast, Jack understands that a large group of zombies has reached their previous location. He realizes that the zombies are still following them. Fortunately, they had already left that place and moved ahead. While traveling, Abigail remembers something important. She tells Jack that there is a small airport nearby where her father used to work. She suggests that there might be an airplane there, which could help them reach Shiptown quickly. Jack hesitates and explains the risk. He says that an airport is an open area, and if zombies surround them, there will be no way to escape. He also doubts that they will even find a working airplane there. However, Abigail insists on her idea. Eventually, Jack agrees and they decide to go to the airport. When they arrive, they initially find no airplane. Jack reminds them that he had already expected this, but when they check a small garage and open its door, they discover a small airplane inside. Everyone feels relieved and happy. Now, reaching Shiptown seems much easier. However, the airplane has not been used for a long time. David, the mechanic, says it needs some repairs. He assures them that he can fix it within 10 to 15 minutes. While David works on the airplane, Jack and Abigail search the airport for useful supplies. During this time, David uses binoculars and spots a large group of zombies approaching from a distance. He quickly runs to warn the others. He tells them that they must start the airplane immediately. Otherwise, the zombies will reach them and kill them. Abigail quickly sits in the pilot's seat and looks through the manuals. Since her father was a pilot, she already has some knowledge about flying. Meanwhile, Jack tries to hold off the zombies by shooting at them. Abigail manages to start the airplane, but it is almost too late. A large number of zombies reach the runway. They move extremely fast, closing in on the aircraft. One zombie even manages to reach the airplane door. Jack shoots it just in time and secures the plane. Abigail takes control and prepares for takeoff. Finally, the airplane lifts off the ground. Everyone inside feels relieved and happy. They believe they will soon reach Shiptown safely. However, their happiness does not last long. After flying for a short distance, smoke begins to come out of the engine. The airplane had not been used for the past 10 years, which causes the engine to fail. Soon, the engine bursts and the plane starts losing altitude. Jack carefully handles the situation and crash lands the plane into a tree. He gets badly injured during the landing but survives. The airplane is now completely unusable, so they are forced to continue their journey on foot again. After walking for a long time, they reach an abandoned railway station. Before settling down, they carefully check the area for any danger. When they find no zombies nearby, they decide to spend the night there. They look at their location on the map and realize they are now only 2 days away from Shiptown. The pregnant woman, Megan, thanks Jack. She tells him that without his help, they would never have made it this far. Hearing this, Jack begins to feel sympathy sympathy for her. He shares his past with Megan. He explains that when the zombie outbreak began 10 years ago, he had to kill his own wife because she tried to attack him. Since that day, he feels like a part of him has died. Now, Abigail is the only person he cares about, and he will protect her at any cost. He also tells Megan that he has changed his decision. Now, he will first make sure they all reach Shiptown safely. Hearing this, Megan feels relieved and happy. Meanwhile, David is seen holding a gun to his head. The truth is that he was bitten by a zombie earlier. However, the wound is small, so the infection is spreading slowly. David decides that he will take Megan safely to Shiptown before anything happens to him. If necessary, he plans to end his own life to protect others. The next morning, the group continues their journey. Along the way, Jack notices that David is behaving strangely. He begins to suspect that David is infected. Jack takes David aside to a secluded area where Abigail and Megan cannot see them. He checks David and finds a bite mark. Now Jack is certain that David will soon turn into a zombie. Jack asks him whether he wants to end his life himself or be killed before turning. David promises that he will not harm anyone. He says that if the situation gets worse, he will take his own life. After hearing this, Jack lets him go. As night falls, they continue moving and spot a house ahead. Jack cautiously moves forward to check it. Suddenly, a bright light shines on them. A voice from a speaker orders them to drop their weapons or they will be shot. They realize that a human is inside the house. Abigail steps forward and explains that they mean no harm. She says they are only looking for help. After a moment, the owner of the house comes by. He tells them they can stay the night and have food, but there is one condition. The man tells them that they must leave their weapons outside. After they put their guns down, he allows them to enter the house. He welcomes everyone and introduces himself as a scientist. He explains that he lives there alone. He says that he could have left long ago, but this isolated place makes it easier for him to continue his research. He serves them a proper meal. They are surprised as they have not eaten such good food in a long time. Hungry and exhausted, they eat eagerly. After the meal, the scientist brings drinks for everyone. For the first time in many days, they feel relaxed and begin talking comfortably. However, something about the scientist's words feels strange. He says that the virus spreading across the world is terrible, but at the same time, he believes it has upgraded humanity. According to him, the weak have perished, and only the strong remain as zombies. He claims that zombies exist only to consume, not to progress. Because of this, he believes zombies deserve to rule the world. Hearing this, all four of them feel uneasy. Meanwhile, David starts feeling worse and goes to the bathroom. When he looks in the mirror, he realizes that the infection has spread throughout his body. When David returns to the hall, he sees that Jack and the others are unconscious. The scientist had secretly mixed a sedative into their drinks. Seeing this, David tries to attack the scientist. However, the scientist presses a button on a device in his hand. Suddenly, David feels extremely weak and collapses to the ground. The scientist explains that he created this device after years of effort. With it, he can travel anywhere without fear of zombies. He reveals that the device allows him to control zombies. He believes this power will make him the ruler of the new world. Soon, David also loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he finds himself tied up along with the others. The scientist is preparing to experiment on them. The scientist then says he wants to introduce them to his wife. He reveals a horrifying sight. His wife has turned into a zombie and is locked inside a cage. He has been capturing humans and feeding them to her. He also reveals that the device was created through experiments on his wife. When the scientist opens the cage, his wife immediately tries to attack him. However, he uses the device to control her. He then directs her toward the group. She attacks Jack, but he kicks her back and creates some distance. At that moment, David uses the strength from the infection to break his restraints. He quickly frees the others as well. Seeing this, the scientist panics and runs away. The group wastes no time and escapes from the house. Outside, they find the scientist's car. They quickly get in and drive toward the forest. However, the scientist is not willing to let them go. Using his device, he controls a large group of zombies and sends them after them. Jack speeds up the car and manages to outrun the zombies for a while, but soon they reach a blocked road. With no other choice left, they are forced to continue on foot. After walking a little further, the zombies catch up to them again. David realizes that he does not have much time left. He knows he will soon turn into a zombie. He tells the others to move forward and decides to stay behind to stop the zombies. However, his wife does not want to leave him. David tells her that she must stay alive for their child. He says he is doing this for their future. After that, David bravely faces the zombies alone. He fights them for a long time and manages to hold them back. Because of his sacrifice, the others are able to escape and move far away. But eventually, the zombies overpower and kill David. Meanwhile, Jack carries Megan and continues moving forward. At last, they reach a place where a human settlement exists. Abigail starts shouting for help as zombies are still chasing them. Two guards on a tower spot them and begin shooting the zombies with sniper rifles. They provide cover and protect them. Soon, a boat is sent toward them. All three get into the boat and safely reach Shiptown. The black-faced zombie stops at the edge of the water. It cannot cross, so it prevents the others from moving forward. On the other side, Megan goes into labor and needs immediate medical attention. Fortunately, Shiptown has proper medical facilities and doctors. The next morning, we see that this settlement is built by connecting several large ships. ships. It forms a secure town surrounded by water. Jack tells Abigail that they should leave this place soon. However, Abigail decides that she wants to stay. She enjoys being around people after living in isolation for so long. This leads to a serious argument between them. Soon, a doctor arrives with news. Megan has given birth to a baby girl. However, due to heavy blood loss, she may not survive for long. Hearing this, Jack becomes deeply emotional. He rushes to the hospital room. Megan is very weak. She asks Jack to take care of her daughter. She wants her child to grow up like Abigail. Jack remembers his late wife and agrees to take responsibility for the baby. Meanwhile, Abigail is enjoying her time in the settlement. She spends time with a young man she finds attractive. For the first time, she experiences a place where people laugh, drink, and dance together. This makes her even more determined to stay there. After some time, Abigail notices the boy secretly entering a cabin. Curious, she follows him inside. Inside, she sees that the cabin is filled with wires and explosives. There is also a wireless switch hanging nearby. When she touches the switch, the boy quickly rushes in and stops her. He explains that bombs have been placed beneath Shiptown. If the settlement is ever in danger, people can escape and then destroy the entire place from a safe distance. However, neither of them realizes that this danger is about to arrive very soon. At the same time, the scientist appears there. Filled with anger, the scientist sees that many zombies have been killed, which were part of his plan to rule the world. He uses his device to control the black-faced zombie leader. With the scientist's control, the water surrounding Shiptown is no longer a safe barrier. Zombies begin emerging from underwater and reach the ships. They suddenly attack the people, causing chaos everywhere. Many people are killed, and panic spreads throughout the settlement. Jack learns about the attack and immediately becomes worried about Abigail. He starts searching for her while fighting off zombies along the way. After struggling through the chaos, he finally finds her. At the same time, the scientist reaches the ship and attacks Abigail. He punches her and knocks her down. Seeing this, Jack becomes furious and rushes toward him. However, a zombie suddenly appears and knocks Jack into a tank. The scientist follows him and tries to take revenge. He kicks Jack and throws him to the ground. Jack realizes that fighting the scientist directly is pointless. Instead, he quickly attacks and smashes the control device against the wall. The device breaks and the scientist loses control over the zombies. Without protection, the scientist is soon attacked and killed by the zombies. Meanwhile, there is an escape route prepared in the settlement. Many survivors use a tunnel to reach the other side safely. As they prepare to activate the bombs, the young man hesitates. He does not press the button because Abigail is still on the ship. Jack and Abigail try to escape, running towards safety. Suddenly, the black-faced zombie leader grabs Abigail from behind. Jack quickly strikes the zombie with a stick, forcing it to release her. In that moment, Abigail notices a bracelet on the zombie's wrist. It is the same bracelet she made for her father as a child. She realizes that the zombie leader is actually her father, but he is no longer human. Jack grabs Abigail's hand and pulls her away, telling her to run. Seeing them escaping, the young man finally presses the remote button. The entire Shiptown explodes and turns into ashes. However, the danger is not over yet. The zombie leader survives the explosion. Jack immediately steps forward and begins fighting him again. But this time, Jack starts losing strength against the powerful zombie. Seeing this, Abigail picks up a gun from the ground. She knows the zombie in front of her is her father, but she also sees that he is about to kill Jack, the man who raised her. Without hesitation, Abigail pulls the trigger and shoots the zombie leader. She knows that if she does not act, everyone there will die. After this, Jack and Abigail embrace each other. In the end, Jack, Abigail, and the remaining survivors look toward an empty area across the water. They decide to build a new human settlement there.